Hey guys, it's Andy. I'm here on Pokemon Showdown, but as you can see by the title, this isn't a laddering session. It's not like a tournament battle or anything. It's something new, something suggested by some of you guys. This is going to be how I build my competitive OU teams on Pokemon Showdown, Pokemon Sun and Moon. Well, it started off just a few asking me, help with team building, how I team build and stuff, and originally I thought I didn't take it too seriously because, I don't consider myself to be that good at team building, honestly. I don't think I'm bad. I don't think anyone can really be bad if you know what to do, but for some reason more and more just kept asking, and so I figured, you know what, I might as well, if you guys really want it, I might as well just make a video. That way I can gather all my thoughts into one place. I won't have to type everything out, and that way at the end of this, if you guys have any questions, you can leave any comments or any feedback in the comments. That being said, this entire video is unscripted, so hopefully I won't leave anything out. I'm going to try to be as informative as possible, but like I said, I don't consider myself too well versed in this. I know there's a lot of other tutorials on YouTube you can look up, how to build teams. I know a lot of other competitive Pokemon battlers have videos like this. I know Shofu has one. Pretty sure Pokeaim has one. I think Blunder has one. I know there's so many of these floating around, but if you want my opinion, I'll give it to you. So, yeah, let's just get started. Alright, so the first thing you're gonna want to do is, and I think a lot of people agree with this, is decide one mon that you would like to build around. So let's just go a new team, and let's just say I want to build around Charizard Y. Now this is just an example. Okay, we'll decide. We'll go with 2 mons for this example. Let's do Zard Y and then Pheromosa. Say I choose Zard Y. Zard Y, it's pretty one-dimensional. There's pretty much only one moveset you're going to be running. That's the Fire Blast or Flamethrower. I always go Blast over Flamethrower. You guys know that, though. Focus Blast. Could sometimes tech Earthquake like I did, but Focus Blast is generally the move of choice. Roost and Solar Beam. This is pretty much, and yeah, Max. This is pretty much the main Charizard Y set you'll see. So if you know what mon you want and know what set you want, that's one thing. If it's or if you just know the mon you want and have never used it before, you don't know what it does, then I recommend just going to Smogon University, smogon.com/dex/sm/Pokemon. I'll leave all the links I use in this video. I will be showing quite a few links to different websites. I will be leaving all of these in the description. So just go here, just search up Charizard. And then down, you can look up there's Zard X. Here's Zard Y, and it lists the set I just wrote down. So if you don't know the set you want, you can just go here, and it'll list the main set. However, let's say I chose Pheromosa instead of Charizard. Pheromosa is way more versatile than Zard. And again, if you don't have any idea what you want, you could go to Smogon.com, search up, common sets they like to run, and just make a decision based on this. Let's say, in this situation, you want to run a Pheromosa, but you don't know the set. I would recommend deciding the set before you continue, because it just makes it easier. However, you can move on to more pokes, but in this example, I will be deciding the set I would like to use before I move on, because I just feel that makes the building process, a little smoother. So let's say I want to run a Quiver Dance set with Fight EMZ. Quiver Dance, Focus Blast, Bug Buzz. What's the other move they run? Oh, Ice Beam, of course. And is it Modest? Yes, it is Modest. Okay. So here we have our Pheromosa. Since I'm making this how I build, I'm just gonna interject this right here. I'm a more offensive player, so when I look at team building, I look at it from probably an offensively biased perspective. So when I see I have a Pheromosa, the first thing I think of is, what can this Pheromosa not KO? As opposed to, what can KO Pheromosa? Which is a funny question, because nearly everything can KO Pheromosa. But I look at this, and I see, okay, I'm not running a Normalium Z, so Toxapex can pretty much wall this, unless I'm already boosted to insane levels, and even then, it's not something I would like to, deal with. So in my second slot, I'm gonna put something that can handle Toxapex offensively. And since we're using Pheromosa, might as well go more broken stuff and go Mega Meta Gross. With the Zen Headbutt, the Earthquake for good measure, and then Ice Punch and Meteor Mash is the moveset I pretty much run nowadays. You are losing Thunder Punch coverage for Celesteela, but we do have 4 more slots that we can prep for Celesteela, so this is my my core so far. Got a nice hard-hitting physical attacker and a nice hard-hitting special attacker. So now I look at these and I see, neither of these can really come in on attacks. Metagross, while it has nice bulk, it's not something you really want to come in on too many attacks. So, kind of maybe now want to start building around like the idea of bulky offense and pivoting, because looks like that's the kind of team I'm gonna end up building. Almost forgot to mention something. Before or after you decide your first mon, you're gonna want to decide what kind of team you would like to build. And if you have no idea like what I mean by that, I recommend going to Smogon.com, go to the forums, down to rate my team. Around here is where you're gonna find some information. Just like, you might have to do a bit of digging, but this kind of explains the best of anywhere that I could find, or like the different types of teams and like how they're built and how they work, and their strengths and weaknesses and whatnot. There are a few general terms for types of teams. The main ones thrown around are stall, offense, and balance. Offense can be split up into hyper offense and like bulky offense. Stall can be split up into like semi-stall and specific like offensive mon included on stall. But for a general idea of what these names and these types of teams consist of, if you don't have any clue, my advice would be to just go here and check out what these people have to say about these kinds of teams. I am an offensive player, so I mostly build offense, rarely going down to like balance and or stall. And in fact, this team I'm making right now is a bit more of a bulky offensive team, so yeah, just gonna get back to what I was saying. So now I look at, if I'm in a position where I can't KO something in front of me, like let's say Celesteela. I don't want to bring in either of these on a Celesteela. Alright, so this is a weird situation we're in, because if a Celesteela is in, it can, against one of these two, it can do a few things. It can go right for a Fire Blast, trying to do some damage. or most likely it can go for Leech Seed. When I think of that, I think of things that can come in on Leech Seed, which could be like grass types, but that is not really optimal because it has not only Air Slash but also the aforementioned Fire Blast. So a grass type switching into a Celesteela on a potential Leech Seed is not really the best option in my opinion. So other options we could be the item Safety Goggles, I believe. If you just want to tech Safety Goggles onto like a Celesteela check, like Magnezone for example, it could be like an offensive Magnezone to just trap Celesteela, not get worn down by the Leech Seed. Sorry about that, got interrupted. I forget where I was actually. Maybe about the Safety Goggles. You could put tech Safety Goggles onto Magnezone and then have that as like a dedicated check. You could also do Magic Guard, but a lot of the Magic Guard users just go over to Smogon again, Magic Guard. A lot of them don't really like coming in on Celesteela. The only one that doesn't mind it actually is Reuniclus. So you could, put Reuniclus on, can come in, set up Calm Minds versus Celesteela, and, could be nice. Although, at that point, we are looking a little weak to Darkened or Ghost spam. So, I have a few options here. I think I will go with Magnezone in this particular example, just because it also does nicely against Toxapex. I don't know if I'm doing Safety Goggles, but I do think Magnezone is a decent switch in regardless, unless it has Earthquake. So these are just, thoughts that always go through my head when I'm thinking about this. So maybe I could go Air Balloon or like Occa Berry. Kind of want to be careful in this position. Another thing you could do is just search Celesteela on this Smogon site and go down all the way down to checks and counters, and it doesn't list much that can come in on Leech Seed other than Mega Sableye, but it does list things like Magnezone and other electrics as well as fire types. I think actually Volcarona will fit better than Magnezone because it's neutral to both Earthquake and Fire Blast, whereas Magnezone is weak to both. Although Volcarona doesn't trap it, I think Volcarona would be pretty nice here. And since we already have a Z-move user, I'm thinking we can just go Bulky Volk. Nice leftover set, bold. I don't remember the spread. Can check it out right now, see if Smogon has it. It does not list the bulky Volcarona right now. The other options. Yeah, I don't see it. So we'll just improvise at the moment. I'm just throwing random EVs around. If you actually do this yourself, then probably put more thought into this, but this is just an example team. So do something like this. Go Roost, Quiver Dance, Fiery Dance, and then either Bug Buzz or Giga Drain. I think is Giga Drain needed because of Roost? I don't think so. Just go Bug Buzz. Oh wait. Okay, I guess that's the recommended physically defensive spread. So yeah, there's Volcarona. So we got two hard-hitting attackers, one setup mon that can come in on Celesteela relatively for free, but now we need some kind of hazard removal. We already have Pheromosa, but it's not a spinner. And at this point, sometimes I do consider changing sets around. Like if I wanted to make this like a rapid spinner without Phytium Z or Focus Blast, I would do that and like make Volcarona. But In this example, I'll just put on another defogger, another bulky mon in Tapu Fini, because this also prevents me from getting like burnt with my Metagross or paralyzed with my Volcarona. So just do this. This is also a nice check to dark types. This doesn't appreciate dark types really. So got Fini here. What's a nice Fini moveset? Scald. I run Moon Blast on mine. Defog, not Deg, Defog, and could go Taunt. I think that's actually what I'm gonna go with. This is not the normal optimal speed for Fini. I know Finis usually run a bit more speed. Special attack, get out of here. Modest, hello? Calm is what we're looking for. Quite a bit of defense. I think 52-ish speed is what we want, and then some Spadef. I don't know. Again, if you're actually building, you should take the time, go to, Smogon, or also, I forgot to mention this, go to just smogon.com, the homepage, go to the forums down here, go to the competitive discussion, into the overused section, you can go into the viability thread, and if you just scour this forum, you'll find a lot of, what is going on? You'll find a lot of, nice, nice movesets occasionally and stuff. See what people are saying about a lot of mons. If you're not getting the information you're looking for out of, this set, or even the damage calcs, sometimes carry, movesets and whatnot. So you got some nice resources if you don't know what you'd like to deal with. And there's also YouTubers, of course. I frequently go over to other videos if I'm looking for specific mons, or sets on mons that I know that I've seen work well from other YouTubers. So yeah, if you're in this position, then definitely put in more effort than I am, because I'm just basically clicking things at random. But now, the team's, got a nice bulky offense right now, and we don't have a Stealth Rocker at the moment. We don't really have a physical wall at the moment, so you already know what we're about to add. Go to Landorus Therian. Rocky Helmet, good Intimidate, Earthquake, U-Turn, not Uproar, U-Turn, Hidden Power, Ice, and Stealth Rock. And I do know this moveset, or spread, because I use this all the time. 28 speed, 16 Spadef, 248 HP, the rest in defense. So there's Landorus. Got some U-turn right here. For the last mon, we could go with, Volt Switch. I could throw a Magnezone on if I wanted to, with for some nice, Volt turn. Could also put on a priority mon, since I don't have really any priority. Like I could use an Ash Greninja, for example. I do have Fini as a water type already, but this is a more offensive team, so when I do this, I don't really look at overlapping types I have. I separate my mons into categories, like Tapu Fini and Greninja. Yeah, they're on the same team and they're both water types, but that's like the only two things they have in common. Like Greninja is a much more potent offensive threat, whereas Fini's defensive. Fini's gonna be my switch into attacks. Then again, this could be bad, because if like my Greninja is in and it can't KO something, my opponent has like a Tapu Koko on the field, it can pretty much freely click an electric attack, because my only switch in is a Landorus who doesn't appreciate a hidden power ice afterwards. So at that point, I would kind of be forced to sack something, and this is how team building kind of evolves. And again, this, pretty much anyone will tell you this. There's no perfect team. Like, even after you make a team, you battle with it a few times, you tweak it a little bit, you make the team as good as you can make it. There's no such thing as a perfect team. Every single person will tell you that. So, all things considered, I think I'm just going to add Ash Greninja because it adds the power and the speed that I would desire, as well as U-turn and priority. So let's just give this thing a specs, choice specs, water shuriken, hydro pump, dark pulse, and U-turn. So yeah, this is the team. After I make any team, I look at it and see what I think about it. Looking at it, I already see I don't like it, just because it looks like every other Oris team right now, Oris OU team right now. As far as how I think it'll work, I think it'll do nice. It looks standard as all get out, so that's usually a good thing. I do notice Toxapex could still maybe be an issue, so at this point I think I'll add the hidden power ground in order to hit that. Actually, is HP electric better for Gara as well? I think it is. Electric. What else are we a little weak to? Zygarde, definitely. Maybe Scarf Lele, though I do have Metagross. Feeny can live a hit. Greninja can come in if he locks himself into Psychic. Just at this stage, you know, like I said, I look at the team, see potential weaknesses, tweak it a little bit. Then I usually battle a few times with the team, see how I like it. I'm not sure how long this video is. If we have time, I may show some battles. Then again, there's a suspect test right now. In fact, I think Pheromosa is unable to be used in OU at the moment because of the suspect test. Let me try to validate this. Okay, so we can use it, so forget I just said that, but I would be low ladder anyway, so that probably wouldn't be enjoyable to try to test out. But yeah, that's how I build my teams. Hopefully this was helpful to someone. If it was, let me know. Leave any feedback in the comments, leave any questions in the comments, just anything you have to say, and you know, I'll try to get back to you. But I believe that's all I have to say for now. Thank you for watching, and I should hop back on the ladder sometime soon, maybe after this Pheromosa suspect test ends, and I should continue my tournament matches until then. But yeah, thank you for watching.